Hi guys, it's Mystic Mama Divine Healing here for a weekend checkup for October, I believe it's 23rd through the 25th. Again, it's Mystic Mama and glad to see you. I have not been well for a couple of days, but I'm all right now and I'm ready to do a check-in on the divine couple. Either soulmates, twin flames, divine partnerships, what have you. Please recognize that all the messages won't resonate for everyone. So what does resonate, take, and what doesn't, leave it behind. When I say he or her, it could be, intergender or, either gender. Because it could be same sex or it could be male or masculine, okay? Male or a male, masculine and masculine, if man to man. All right. Sorry about that, but let's get started. I'm still holding on to this fluorite because it's for all types of healing, and I've been holding on to it actually literally for 2 days. And always, I got my happy stone. I always press it on my third chakra. So let's get started. What's going on with if this is an energy checkup between the masculine and the feminine, the weekend of October 23rd to 25th. First question that we're going to ask, I have already cut and I've already shuffled and cut this deck. I have invited my ancestors, and they're always here. I've invited my ancestors, my way showers, my guides, my Orisha, and the divine here, and we are ready to get started with the reading. Okay, so I've already cut, and first question that we're going to ask is, what's the energy between the divine masculine and the divine feminine? Again, it could be same sex, but there is a divine masculine, divine feminine energy. We actually have divine masculine, divine masculine and feminine energy within us. So if you don't have a mate, then this could talk about, the energy that's going on within you that you can reconcile with your divine feminine. Okay, this wanted to come out. The Seven of Cups, fantasy and temptation. So that's what's going on between the two of you. That's where your energy is right now. The Seven of Cups, fantasy and temptation. Sometimes this could be confusion. Or am I confused? Is this a fantasy? Did I all make this all up in my mind? One of you could be saying, or is this actually, real? Should I be moving in this direction? Is just this a temptress or a tempter or something of that sort? So that's the energy of confusion, of wondering, of fantasy, and wondering what's, a little bit more. Let's get another card for the energy between the two of the counterparts this weekend, October 23rd to 23rd to the 25th spirit. What's going on between them? What's the energy, please? Seven of Swords, deception and strategy. So, this weekend, there's some strategizing going on that could be deceptive. I'm going to go on. 7 and 7, divine. So that lets me know that this is definitely a spiritual relationship. This is a spiritual, divine movement with the 7. Oh, I'm about to really look what I did. Seriously. Look what wants to come out. The 4 of Wands. It's on the bottom of the deck. The Star. Universal alignment. Okay, with this coming up next to the deception and strategy, and the fantasy and temptation of confusement, someone is coming up with they're aligning with the universe. Okay, they're aligning with the universe. So this is good. There's strategy going on. One more card, please, for what's happening this weekend. What's happening this weekend? What's happening this weekend? What is this card? I'll take it. The 10 of Wands, heavy burdens. Oof. All right, the energy between the divine masculine and divine feminine this weekend. Seven of Cups, 7 of Swords. 17, which is an 8, and the 10 of Wands. This relationship, this has been a heavy burden. This weekend is going to be a heavy burden. Someone's going through strategies. They're not saying anything. They're going through the Seven of Cups energy. They're tempted. Look at this female. It looks, oh, you can't even see it. I'm sorry. The female staring off into, is this just a fantasy? Have I been lied to? They're not speaking to me. What's going on? But there's universal alignment. This is all feminine energy. Every last one of these cards is the feminine energy. So I'm thinking that this has become a burden to the twin flame, to the feminine. This relationship is burdensome. She may be tired of this deception, this playing of games. She's busy aligning herself with the universe because this relationship for this particular one has become a bit of a burden. So let's pull some of the Kipper deck. Kipper deck for Fantasy Seven of Cups. Please clarify that for the energy between the twins or the thoughts. Okay. So with the fantasy and the temptation, their thoughts. All right. Their thoughts, and it's in the person's thoughts, so they're not making any movement. Again, there's a 7, so this is all very spiritual. There is 7 that breaks down to an 8, but it's a 17. This breaks down to a 7, so there's 7. There are 3 7s in here, an 8, which I always flip for eternity. For this could be twin flames, but there is some burdens, a heavy burden, of this deception, this deceptive energy. But the divine feminine is in the divine masculine's mind and his thoughts, definitely this weekend. Isn't she always though? When is she not in his thoughts? Courtship, okay? Courtship, to clarify the 7 of Swords. So this could have been, deceiving, coming in trying to court but not telling you the truth. Or perhaps having a strategy around the courtship to get to. But I'm getting that the feminine is tired of this behavior. Okay, and here he may be coming in this weekend, feminine, but I'm not thinking that he is. There's still, if he does, he's going to come in with this same deceptive, the 7 of Swords energy, and you have aligned yourself. You are in universal alignment, feminine. This particular feminine, she is the star. There is the beginning for her. She is darkness is about to set, or is that? Yeah, that's the moon. Okay, and she's on her horizon. She's been on her journey, and she's aligned herself. All right, so that's where she is. I see. What is that about? Okay, and this is poverty. Poverty. See, that's what it is. She's been, this energy here has starved her, okay? It has taken away, the beginning. And she's had to align herself because all of this energy to the left of the cards has been draining for her. It caused her to go within and to truly align herself because her relationship with the masculine is not perhaps going as she would like it to go. And it's been a burden. So the energy between them is kind of burdensome this weekend and starved for the courtship. There's not, what is in divine masculine thoughts, but he has a strategy, a plan to achieve his courtship, but he has not been in contact with his feminine, so it's kind of starving, and it's become a burdensome this weekend for the feminine. It's a burden. Okay, again, distant horizons. It's a burden. It's a heavy burden for her, and this weekend she's possibly just looking at this is in a distant horizon. She's not going to be completing. She's not going to. She's been starved for affection and starved for time, and it's been kind of like a fantasy. There's a fantasy ship, and the first word in the Seven of Cups is fantasy. So she's wondering, all this deception, she's been lied to. It's possibly this masculine has done some things that she just had to, not think about any kind of courtship with him, any kind of beginning with him. So she's not interested in that. Because it has drained her, and perhaps in the distant horizon, but she's not feeling it this weekend. So the energy between them is not really high vibing this weekend between the masculine and the feminine, this particular couple. But we're going to find out what's in the divine masculine's thoughts. Okay, what's in his mind this weekend, October, when it comes to his divine feminine? What's in his thoughts, Spirit? What's in his thoughts? What's in his thoughts, please? Oh, everything. Well, in his thoughts, because he wants everything with the divine feminine. This is in his mind. He sees everything with her. He sees an abundance of stability. He sees that that he could have everything with her. In his mind, he believes that he could have everything with her. She's his ultimate wish, his ultimate fulfillment, actually. Okay. And what's in his heart? What's in his heart? What's in his heart? What's in the divine masculine's heart this weekend toward his feminine? In his head, he wants to, in real time, on 3D, he really wants to be. And here we go again. Wow. In his mind, in his heart, he's mirroring your heart. He loves you. Everything you feel, he feels. So please, again, I always say this and I have to reiterate it because I go through the same thing. But no matter what you see in the 3D, no matter what you see in your very eyes, know that person loves you just as deeply as you love them. They are, this particular counter couple are mirroring each other. So in his mind, he sees he could have everything here on earth with you, In his heart, he's mirroring your heart. And also what came out with that in his heart is dedication, trust, and reliability. So this weekend, wow. So the weekend, the shared energy between you is not negative, but it was not really positive as how the divine masculine is feeling. And that could be because divine feminine, you were not feeling too pleased with, the deception, the seven of swords energy coming. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a story on this. What's in his mind and in his heart. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles for his mind, please, Spirit. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles for his mind, please. Official person. Okay. So he might be making this official, coming at you. Let me get one more card for that. What's that official person about? What's the official person about, Spirit? Okay. Toil and labor. He's working hard to perhaps come and make it official between you. There may be some official person or person of authoritative nature that he has worked hard to prove himself. He might be, he has this in his mind when he comes to it. He is working out everything he can to make this relationship like official. He wants it to be. When you see the 10 of Pentacles, that's Earth. That's Earth energy, and that's here grounded in real time in 3D. This is what he wants in his mind, and he wants to work hard at making that official. He's going to, you know, in his mind, what he's doing, everything he's doing is to make this relationship official, and so that he can be in real time with you. And mirror, and that's what's going on in his mind this weekend. Mirror and reflection. That was too many cards. Mirror and loyalty, please. Faithful. He sees you. He really does know that he can trust you. He realizes how reliable you are. And he might be missing it because you're kind of, you know, moving away from that. All that feminine energy. It'll be interesting to see what the feminine's energy is going to be like shortly. Okay. Mirror and loyalty, please. Mirror first. Okay. Thief. Yeah. The little kid is stealing a timepiece from this man. And the divine masculine in his heart is feeling that perhaps time is robbing. It says 6. Shared feelings in you. Yeah, he doesn't want to lose you. In his heart space, he's afraid that the time that he's spending to remove himself from whatever obstacles is preventing this union from coming forth is being robbed. You know, time is being robbed, and he's afraid of that. But he knows that you mirror, and that you are afraid of this time situation, that it's robbing. You know, will you ever? Is this just a fantasy, or is this real? So in his heart, he's afraid that time is going to rob him of being able to, you know, continue to reflect. Right, loyalty. All right, marriage. Okay, look at that. Is this thief going to rob him of the most loyal person who he's in a spiritual marriage with? He knows in his heart that you're his counterpart. You know, he knows that. And there's a thief in the midst. There's someone out to destroy this. All right, so that's what's going on in his heart space. All right, now let's switch over to the feminine, and let's find out what's going on in her mind, in her thoughts, when she thinks of her divine feminine, or her divine masculine. What's she thinking this weekend? The weekend, I just saw the 10 of Wands, burden. This is a burdensome relationship for this divine feminine. What's going on the weekend? 10/23 to 2025, please, 2020, spirit, between the divine masculine, divine feminine. What's in the feminine's mind space when she thinks of her masculine, please? Make sure these are all okay. Page of Swords. Okay. Page of Swords. In her mind, well, she thinks very little of this situation right now. She thinks, you know, there's not a lot of not a lot of movement, not a lot of you know, she knows there's the truth. She knows. Let's get some more. Let's get another. What's in the divine feminine's mind when she thinks about her masculine, please? Next, the Page of Wands. What's in her mind? One more, please. Okay, working. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. She's not in the highest, you know, she knows the truth. She knows perhaps her and her masculine have been on this road before. And she knows that there is, you know, very little happening. She's sitting here waiting with the 7, and there's still no real movement that she can see. Okay. And she's a little impatient. That's what's going on. You know, she's the divine feminine. Is a little bit impatient about what this is. About the movement, you know. There's very little movement. She knows the truth. And she knows her masculine knows the truth, but she's carrying this burden because she's just tired of waiting for this thing to come in fruition. Knowing the truth is one thing, moving in the truth is another thing. Watching it, sitting and waiting and watching. So yes, if that's what you're doing, I get a really heavy feeling from this divine feminine. If this is you, if this is resonating with you, please do some meditation. Please take a spiritual bath. Cleanse yourself with some sage. Cleanse your space. Open up the windows. I know here in the Midwest it's gorgeous and there's wind blowing and it's an unusually warm, like Indian summer day. Get out in nature. All right. Don't be sitting around in this Seven of Swords, in this Seven of Pentacles energy waiting. Do something for yourself. Do something good for yourself. Okay. Do something that makes you feel good. If you just go for a walk in the park, if you pull your car over and just sit in and get out and, look at nature around you, just, whatever you have to do to ground yourself. I feel that this feminine needs to ground herself because she's going into this weekend feeling pretty heavy. And surround yourself with friends, that think like you. Pull yourself out of this funk, okay? Because the highest honor is going to be bestowed upon you. See, because you don't see what your masculine's thinking, all right? But you're mirroring each other, and you could possibly feel it because in your 3D, you don't see anything. And if you were focused on yourself and not on what this relationship would be, you'd understand. You begin to understand, the universe will begin to show you that the relationship is about being the best person that you can be. And you are going to be bestowed the highest honor. You want to give him, in his mind, you give him the highest honor. He knows it's the highest honor. So why are we just sitting around looking at pinnacles, waiting for pinnacles to fall off the bush here, when you want to give me the highest honor, I want to give you the highest honor. But, at the end of the day, you're not ready. You're not ready because in divine timing, you got to do your work. You've got to do your work. One more card, please, from the Kipper on the one more card, please. Change. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to be patient, honey. You're going to have to be patient because the change is coming. All right? There's a change coming. So in your mind, you want this change. You know that there's the highest honor. You just, and you know the truth, and you want to move on to the truth, but it's, very little, very immature, kind of not moving, but you want to bestow the highest honor. But guess what? So does he. All right? So understand that. So does he. And you want to change. In your mind, you're wanting all this energy to change. You're tired of it. Okay? You want that to change. So what's going on in her heart, Spirit? What's going on in the Divine Feminine's heart, please? What's going on in the Divine Feminine's heart? What's going on in her heart? What's going on in her heart? What's going on in her heart when it comes to her Divine Masculine? Safe passage. So in your heart space, you know that you provide a safe passage. There's a mirroring going on. It's safe. Your journey is safe, okay? So in your heart, you holding a space for your Divine Masculine to come to you and to be open, and you are there. So in your heart of hearts, you're making it, there's a safe passage. There's a safe place for him. And he's mirroring you, so there's a safe place for you in your hearts. So if you can reach out to your Divine Masculine, and you could speak to your Divine Masculine on 5D. It's a matter of grounding yourself, doing a little bit breathing, meditating, and then find a place, create a place. If it's under a park bench or at a covered bridge, whatever you want to do, it's your universe to create this space so that you can call your Divine Masculine and he will come to you. You are divine creatures. You have to, if you're not communicating, you're mirroring each other, you're one soul. So you can reach out to your divine masculine. He can reach out to you. And there's a safe place there. So use that as communication. Use that to find out things that you use your 5D communication, your telepathy, so that you can communicate with your divine masculine and that you can understand. And so that what you see in the 3D, you know, is not what is real. Okay? Because it's all in divine timing. You're divine creatures, and you have to do your work, and your masculine has to do his work, and then it'll be time. All right, it'll be time for you to come together. And is it going to be in this lifetime? I don't know. Is it you have lived before many lifetimes, and you have found each other each lifetime, and you're here again to learn those lessons that you haven't learned before. So another message, what is this? Peace. I believe this came out for you not too, this week. So you're going to have peace. Once you recognize this and relax in this energy and know that you can communicate with your masculine, then you're going to have peace. You'll be able to have peace through all that 7 of Swords, deception, coming in and out. You will be able to have peace in that realm, all right? So, yeah, do some meditation. Calm yourself down a little bit. Don't be so impatient. Find people that think like you do that you can have fun with. Work on projects. If you've got a project that you need to be, you've been thinking about doing, well, why don't you just go ahead and do it? All right? Go ahead and do it. Work on it. And watch and see what happens in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, divine has the last say. Ooh, yeah. False person. Let me get another one. That's on the starfish for the safe passage. Another card for the false person, please. Imprisonment. And coffin. Wow. Okay. So in your heart, is this in her heart? Oh, I think it was in her heart. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's in her heart. So in your heart space, okay, where there's a safe passage to come through, there's been that deceptive energy that was going on with the 7 of Swords between the divine masculine. There's somebody around that that has not been truthful. This could be jail. I don't see it as like somebody's going to jail this weekend. I just see somebody is imprisoned. They're with someone who is a false person, and this has imprisoned them in their mind, but that little mouse is coming to visit because that's loyalty. But you believe that your loved one, when that relationship is actually dead, okay? The falseness of this person that caused them to imprison, be captive in his mind, and the only comfort he has is his little friend that's there with him to comfort him. But this has killed that relationship dead. So there may be some serious stuff going on with your masculine in his life, because this is what's going on in your heart space. But on a safe passage, another way I'm reading this, now that I'm looking at this, is that you perceive that falsely, that, there is nothing between you, that he's a prisoner, imprisoned or locked away from you, and your relationship is dead. But that is not so, because there's also peace to be held. Okay, so there's peace. There may be two different groups here, but there's definitely someone who has held his heart captive, and that person was not honest. about it, and that relationship is dead, okay? That relationship is dead. You don't know it, but your divine masculine has a relationship that is coffin dead, okay? Might still be there, but actually it's dead. And what about the peace, please, Spirit? Okay? Peace, sudden wealth, having the ability to achieve some sudden wealth. This does have, like, maybe somebody's going gambling or something, going to the casino, but sudden wealth. If you've been in a tumultuous relationship, if you've been going through a lot of ups and downs and sadness, that once you do, surround yourself with your friends, and you'll have a flooding of peace in your soul. And that is sudden wealth. That is spiritual wealth, okay? This is the number 11. That's in spiritual ascension. So that is this situation, keeping that safe place while he's going through all this, and you finding your peace will achieve sudden wealth, because that gives you wealth. And there is nothing that costs more than wealth, and that the Lovers. There it is. Sudden wealth of the Lovers, and it'll bring you peace. Okay? So that's what's going on in your heart space this weekend. Recognize feminine, recognize that. All right, let's move on quickly. All right, we've done that. Okay, so what does Spirit have to say about this? We're about to wrap it up. What does Spirit have to say about this relationship, this union, this weekend? What does the Spirit have to say about this relationship this weekend, please? What does the Spirit have to say? Yeah, Divine Feminine, I feel you got some heavy energy. If you need to dust off your dancing shoes, dust them off. Stay 6 feet away from everybody, so that means you'll probably be out on the patio somewhere. But, do something for yourself to make yourself feel good. Do something. The Spirit wants to tell, the energy is gaining momentum for this couple. So it's building. The energy is building. Another message for the union, Spirit. Bring love into the situation. Yes. Don't be upset. Don't be mad. Don't be jelly. Stay off of, the online if you have to look at situations that will trigger you to be unhappy. Keep yourself in a high vibration. As I said, find yourself around people. Meditate. Understand, let go of the need of having to have that masculine or that feminine in your life right now, because you're not ready. If you were ready, you would be there. You're not ready until you do your work. This feminine, I feel, hasn't done a lot of work. She's done some work, and you're doing well. Continue. But you holding on to the expectation of needing to be with your masculine, and you're kind of missing that at 33 on this counter. You're kind of missing the point if that's what this is about, your journey and what you're supposed to do, okay? The divine masculine is about his journey and what he's supposed to do. You're one of the same soul. Do you have to do the journey together? You have to do your mission together? No. But both of you, that's why it's so intense. That's why it's so difficult. Both of you are supposed to raise the vibration of the collective. You're raising the entire vibration of the earth, because that's what you were in a contract, and that's what you made up. You agreed to do very beginning of time, okay? When starseeds split, all right? So that's what this is about. You're not losing your mind. You're supposed to be doing a work. So before we close out, we're going to get a message from the Spirit to the Divine Masculine. What did the Spirit have to say to Divine Masculine this weekend? You and your loved ones are safe. So while he's going through, and I'm telling you right now, the cards, there are some major battles going through on the home front for this masculine. So what Spirit wants to let him know, whatever he's going through, he and his loved ones are saved, okay? So you send him plenty of love and light and protection and strength, especially strength, because the divine masculines are going through. And Spirit is saying, hey, you and your loved ones are safe. So do what you have to do, because whatever it is that you have to do, I've got your back. and you and your loved ones are safe. So that's what the Spirit is saying to the Divine Masculine. Okay, so Divine Masculines, if you're on here, do what it is you have to do, because Spirit has got your back. Okay, trust. It's about trusting and surrendering. And what does the universe have to say to the Divine Feminine? Step out of your comfort zone. So step out of your comfort zone. Remember I was saying that earlier, that you need to step out of your comfort zone, okay? Oh my God, what happened?